Burkett. The name of my project is Right to Remember 1994. And Right to Remember 1994 exists to support survivors of the 1994 genocide against Tutsi in Rwanda in documenting their stories of hope and survival and preserving the legacy of their families. The inspiration for the project idea actually came many years before the specific form of the project. I knew that I wanted to do something. There was a passion, there was a desire. The specifics of Right to Remember 1994 came actually through collaboration with Emery Rutagonya, who also happens to now be my husband and who is from Rwanda. He had survived the genocide in 1994 as a young man and worked for many years in Rwanda in preserving the memory. But he had a very deep desire to do something more for his community. He, like all of us, needed support, needed someone to work with, needed someone who was willing to dive in all the way. Together, through our creativity and desire and love, we were able to come up with this idea that this is really what we wanted to do. Well, there are a couple things that are innovative about our approach. The first thing that's innovative is that we actually came up with the idea through a survey that we did with the community, which is a great way to decide and figure out if an idea is actually relevant to a community. So we interviewed 233 genocide survivors who are from all different socioeconomic positions in the society. We worked with people who were professionals, people who were living on social assistance, students, elderly. From those conversations and consultations with the community, we realized that genocide survivors were hungry to record their own stories, to know that their memories had been preserved. That's the first thing that's really innovative about our project, is that the idea comes from the community. I think the second thing that's really innovative about our project is that it has an international scope. So I'm Canadian, Emery is Rwandan, and together with that kind of breadth, we're able to really leverage a lot more support from the community. So it's not just the community in Rwanda that's behind the project, but it's also tons of organizations in Toronto who are also committed to genocide prevention, who are just really thrilled about the work that we're doing. So we're building the legal and financial structures that we will need to be able to do this work for a long time to come. We're also developing our education programs, which we're now running as a fee-for-service, although we did originally launch it under the seed funding of the Pearson Fellowship, which was a wonderful experience. It especially allowed us to see how much interest there was in Toronto from high school teachers to have genocide survivors come in and share their testimony with students. Through that opportunity, we were able to really see that this is something that's valuable in the education system in Toronto. So right now we are specifically working on refining everything that we have developed in the past year and launching something that's really dynamic and attractive for high school students and their teachers for September. There have been a lot of challenges. There have been more challenges than I anticipated. Had I known that there were going to be so many challenges, I think I may have been not quite as courageous to jump in with both feet. But thankfully, I didn't know that there were going to be so many challenges, and so I did jump in wholeheartedly, completely.